Welcome to Prescott Outlook 2020. My name's Randall Bro. That's me in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm with the lovely Prescott Pickle lady, Diane. Hello, Diane.
Hello, that is me in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, you got the whole left-hand side.
I do have the whole left-hand side.
I just get a corner.
That's right. But we're here today to talk to you about the outlook for Prescott for 2020.
Yeah, people wondering what the year's going to bring and some apprehension. And as we say, there is fear in paradise.
Paradise being Prescott.
Of course it is.
Which it is.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our courthouse. Still have some lights up for the holidays. I got the picture. This town has experienced a once-per-generation setback. And people compare the setback of 2008 to the Great Depression of the 30s. Really, it was touch and go.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse than it was, but even still, it was the worst financial setback, economic setback that we have experienced in a generation, easy.
Yeah.
And so people are fearful. You know, the times are good now.
So. People are getting older and they want to retire.
Yeah, once you've experienced that, you don't want to experience it again.
Absolutely not.
And people believe in cycles. I guess there are cycles. And it's just times have been good for a while, so they're waiting for the shoe to drop.
That's right.
Yeah, nobody knows the future. But some things to share with you about why today's hot market is different than the market of 2008. Looking back on 2008, the rise in property values in that era was driven largely by loose credit.
100%.
Yeah.
No rules, no regulations. Hey, you got a job making $30,000. Guess what? You still qualify for a $700,000 house with no money down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look back at the history of it, it was a little out of control.
It was out of control.
Everybody could get a home that truly didn't really qualify, and once they lost their job, there goes the $700,000 house.
Even before they lost their job, they had no ability to pay, but they would still lend them money. That is no longer the case. After the fiasco of 2008, a lot of new rules and regulations. And I could tell you, I mean, we deal with clients all the time. Mm-hmm. The interest rates may be low, but that does not mean you are going to get a loan.
No, it doesn't. It's very, very strict. Even if you've got a huge chunk of money to put down, still doesn't matter. If you don't have proof of income and a way, if you're retired and you don't have proof of income or a way to show that I can pay this note, might not happen for you.
Yeah.
They've gotten much tighter, much stricter.
Yeah. So the people who are buying all these homes, they have every ability to pay.
Right.
And
so if you qualify, then you are really a good risk, so to speak.
Absolutely.
It's not like 2008.
No. The other bad thing about 2008 were they bundled these mortgages into these obscure securities. And I don't remember all the terminology, but basically people were investing in these mortgages without really even knowing what they were. And that's all gone. They don't have any of that tomfoolery anymore.
Tomfoolery. That's a good word.
Good word. Mortgages are straight. They are straight mortgages. They're single mortgages. There's nothing complicated about them. Mm-hmm. If a company or an investor or whoever is investing in a mortgage, you know who it is. It's not all bundled together and obscure.
You can get jumbo and you can do balloon, but it's going to be a whole lot stricter for you to qualify for that.
And easier to understand.
It's a lot more straightforward.
Yeah.
And none of these weirdo products that can get you in something that you maybe truly can't afford.
Now, people have got here real estate speculation. People are doing some flipping. There's a little bit of that going on in Prescott, not very much. People are not buying homes here to speculate or doing a whole lot of investment. Most of the people that we see, most of the people around in Prescott, they're buying primary homes. They're not buying vacation homes as much as they're just retiring. Mm-hmm. And they're buying their homes here to retire. That's what's driving the market.
Yeah, they're done with, they've kind of gone through that phase of life where maybe they had their beachfront condo and then a couple of different houses throughout the United States. The curve now is people are in their, approaching their 70s. They're like, you know what? It's time to just settle down in one nice final home. And they're kind of looking for their last big purchase.
Yeah, what's nice about that is if the economy slows down, People will sell investment properties. They will sell vacation homes. Those become extravagances they can no longer afford. You know what they won't sell? Their primary residence that they're retired in.
They're going to hold on to that.
They'll hold on to that.
They will divest of everything else.
Yeah, that will be the last thing.
It's not necessary, but your primary home, and especially once you move here, you're not going to want to, leave your house. Believe me, you'll love it here.
Yeah, so very solid. And back in the 2000s, a lot of overbuilding. Inventories were very high. We're not seeing that at all. In fact, inventories are quite low.
Yeah, inventory is very low.
Yeah.
And we've got lots of people coming in.
Yes.
And we're really trying to find some good places for them.
Yes.
Because Prescott is taking off, holding its value.
Yeah.
And booming.
Yeah. So we have here 3 reasons to be optimistic about Prescott, Arizona, long into the future. And the first one is the baby boom. So back in 2008, 10, 12 years ago, this is what the baby boomers look like. The youngest of us were 43, not even thinking about retiring, still changing diapers. The oldest of us were 63 and just hitting the point where they were retiring. So you had this big lump of people that were coming up. And so that's what it looked like
And the ones at 63 were like, well, hell, now I can't retire.
Yeah, they were thinking about retiring when the bus they couldn't retire.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Very hard, because they were looking forward to the future. And
so
things got delayed.
Now here are the ages now. The youngest of us are 55.
That would be Randall.
I'm actually 56.
56, but I'm not in the baby boom. I miss that. He's on the very edge.
You're like a Gen Xer or something.
I don't know what I am, but
you are.
I'm not a part of the baby boom.
Not
but
part
Mr.
of the
Bro
boom.
is.
I'm a boomer.
Barely made it.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, the oldest of us are 75. And as Diane mentioned, a lot of the 75ers, they couldn't retire when they hit 65 because of the bust. So they are in the process now of retirement. We get people in their 70s all the time that are coming to Prescott to finally to retire.
They're like, I kind of regrouped. I remade some of my money I lost.
Yeah.
And now I can finally do this.
Yes. Yes. And given that Prescott is always a top-ranked retirement destination, and given that there's going to be a lot of retiring going on in the next 10 years, this is huge for us. Huge demand for Prescott. And it will not change.
Nope.
Nothing other than a nuclear disaster that just kills everybody. I mean... this is not going to change.
That is very dramatic.
Very grim, I know.
But here's the thing, is that you've still got the people 55 on that tail end who are steadily aging.
Yep.
They're not going to go away. You've still got baby boomers coming up that are still actively working and getting ready to, looking forward to retiring.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and the thing is, the economics or the politics, nothing is going to change that. You're going to have millions of people over the next 10 years who are going to retire.
Correct.
And we will be a top-ranked retirement destination.
Well,
Nothing's going to change.
We already are.
And we will continue to be.
Correct.
Next big thing is California, the big California exodus. Let me tell you something. The California dream is now a nightmare, and people are leaving in droves, particularly retirement age people,
especially those,
they just can't afford it anymore.
It's become a problem because a lot of born and bred Californians are realizing, hell, I had a really good nest egg.
Yeah.
And I'm projecting out because obviously our
nest egg starting to look like a jelly
well,
bean,
what is our standard of people are living to be 80 now or 78 or 79?
Yeah.
And they're looking forward and they're like, I don't think my nest egg is going to last me.
Yeah.
Especially if I have to go have nursing care or, go into a nursing facility or something like that. So there's a little bit of panic because you think, wow, I've worked so hard, right? I built this huge nest egg. I should be set for life. And then they're realizing left and right and left, they're getting hit with new taxes, this, that, and the other. This keeps increasing, gas is going up. And it's kind of sad. Because
it's getting worse, not better, too.
It's getting worse, not better. Correct. It's
So
not,
California has already been named the worst possible place to retire in terms of finances.
Right.
Extremely expensive. And what they're reporting more and more is a declining quality of life. And I'm not going to get into all that, but there's a lot to
pollution,
it. They're not happy.
Yeah, there's
traffic
pollution and traffic and just to name a couple of things.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to spend your time 2 hours just to try to go to Costco.
Yeah.
If you lived here in Prescott, you'd be at Costco in 15 minutes.
So people look at what they call the California arbitrage, which is sell my home in California, come to Prescott and spend half that on a home that's comparable or better, and pocket the rest of it.
And add that,
this big chain goes into your retirement.
Right. Build up your nest egg even more.
Yeah.
But a little something to be a little careful with that is that California is softening just a tad.
Yeah, a little bit. So I was going to go to the next slide. This is a huge, we're talking again, millions and millions of people who are going to be affected by this. This will not change for the foreseeable future. This is not going to change. With the possible exception of the California arbitrage, we are starting to see property values in California slowing down. They haven't really, in some areas they've gone down. Those aren't the areas where people are really coming to Prescott anyway.
Right.
So this trend is huge for Prescott. Will continue to be huge. And as best we can tell, it's not going to change.
I mean, it's slowing down in that people would put their house on the market and it would sell in a week.
Yeah.
And now our buyers coming in are saying, it took us a little longer than we thought.
Month and a half.
Yeah. Maybe, it's taken us a little longer. So keep that in mind because things are changing.
Yeah.
And if you want to get out of there quick, you might want to start, rethinking.
Thinking about it now, yeah.
Think about it now because it's taking a little bit longer to sell out in California.
The other thing about this is we are tiny, we being Prescott. We are small. So the baby boomers, huge demand. California, huge demand. We are tiny. So there is little supply. If you compare us to the places that people think about retiring to, we compare extremely well. Phoenix and Las Vegas, you got horrible weather. Idaho, horrible weather.
Traffic. Idaho is harsh winters. Phoenix and Vegas is just
120 degrees
big
for
city.
4 or 5 months of the year.
Right, and you're right back to all that traffic.
The Northwest has been a destination. The Northwest is getting as expensive as California. We're starting to see people leave that area for the same reason. So people are starting to look at Texas now.
We came from Texas.
We
Love
came
Texas.
from Texas.
It was great to raise kids.
Yeah, I don't think the views compare.
Oh, no.
Certainly the weather doesn't compare. This is a healthier environment without mosquitoes, people. We're going to do a whole wind down on mosquitoes.
Hardly any mosquitoes. It's amazing from us coming from the South.
Yeah, mosquitoes, that's like the state bird of Texas.
Yeah, I think I've died and went to heaven. People say about Texas, oh, no state income tax. That's true, but guess what? Huge property taxes. Huge.
Yes.
I mean, we were paying close to $10,000 on a 2,700
we're definitely
square foot house.
saving money on taxes here.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we're paying income taxes and property taxes. They're still coming way ahead because the property taxes were astronomical.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said. We were paying $10,000 and our square footage was 2,700.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we compare very well, and we are small. So the supply is small. And that's not going to change. We've got 50,000, 55,000 people in Prescott, about that, maybe a little more in Prescott Valley. I mean, if we double in size between the two, we're talking about 200,000 people. It's still a small town.
Oh, yeah.
So we are tiny. We're going to, in the scheme of things, we will stay tiny. There will be small supply in the face of all this demand. So the outlook 2020, huge demand and limited supply will drive Prescott real estate upward for the foreseeable future, up for the next 10 years. It's just these huge demographics. You just know that's going to be the case. There will be short-term fluctuations. There always are. But those will be swamped by the longer-term upward trend. It's
a good investment here. If you buy real estate here for your last home, you're going to do okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose your shirt. we're holding steady.
Yeah.
We're really holding steady.
Prescott's doing great. Look, if this kind of thing interests you, you want to keep up on real estate trends in Prescott, a couple of recommendations for you. Our home value report, here are a couple of charts. Here you can see this was as of December 2019. Year over year, December to December is 8%.
Wow.
8%. And that's
Is
Prescott
that
overall.
Prescott overall?
Prescott overall,
Yeah, there's certain other areas.
Other areas
are even
absolutely
more.
killing it. Yeah, absolutely killing
Prescott
it.
Lakes, which is a great development
Yeah.
here, is even higher.
Yeah,
Wow.
you can
so
see
overall,
on our
Prescott is 8%.
Yeah, 8%.
Wow.
This is our pending ratio. Shows you how balanced the market is for the different price points. As you can see, it's very little going on in 100s anymore. In fact, 200s is kind of drying up. But you could see, things are balanced. It's a very balanced market, even into the 700s. Usually, the higher the price point, the more of a buyer's market it is. That's still true for homes in the millions, but even in the 800s, it's not an extreme market, So this is a very strong market, very balanced. And you can see these charts updated every month if you subscribe to our home market report. And here's our appraiser's eye report, which is
kind of creeps me out a little bit.
Yeah, I think,
But it's kind of cool.
Looks like our daughter's eye. That's
It
why I put
does.
yeah,
Maybe. Yeah, it does.
it's not her eye. It's somebody else's daughter's eye, I guess. But but anyway, the point here is don't trust Zillow. I mean, people watch it because it's on the internet. And
Don't get me started.
they think that Zillow knows all, and they really don't. You shouldn't trust Zillow. In fact, you don't have to trust anybody. You can use our appraiser eye reports. We generate this every month for every single subdivision in the city. So you can download this, look up your subdivision, and see all the different comps that are available and how your house compares. So this is a great way of keeping track of your own home. If you're a buyer, gives you some idea of the spread of different prices and the different subdivisions. So it's a great report. Lots of good data. This just happens to be Cliff Rose, but it's just one of the subdivisions that's in this huge report.
And that's the thing. Just always keep in mind, Zillow is just to give you a basic estimation. It's not fact.
Yeah.
There isn't appraisers going out to every listing across the United States and appraising and writing this up, okay? It's an estimation.
And
They
you
don't
got
know
stuff in there that's just dead wrong. You got homes that show up that have been gone for years.
Yeah.
You got pictures of homes that show up. They show you a vacant lot. I mean, they screw up all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of a huge error of margin there.
Yeah,
So be careful. Margin of error. How do you say
Margin
it?
of error.
Margin of error. There you go.
Yeah, Zillow is
just beware.
Zillow is really good at selling advertising to real estate agents and giving your information to them. Other than that, not so good. So other than that, I have no opinion.
I don't either.
Yeah, so you might.
But
anyway,
don't trust Zillow. But anyway,
don't trust Zillow. Trust the
opinion
Pickle
there.
Lady. And here's where you can get our reports. If you go to PrescottPickleLady.com, you'll see that creepy eye on the homepage. If you click that, it'll take you to where you can get the Appraiser's Eye report. Look for the Appraiser's Eye report, and you can sign up for that and get market trends. There's also a link there if you want to get a home valuation. We'll give you something automatic, but we always follow up by hand to make sure that you get a good estimate. So there you go, Pickle Lady. What do you think?
Yeah, and also on our website is the Prescott Relocation Center.
Yep.
So if you want to get a little bit of education about Prescott and what life is like, that's a very
Head
good
over
source.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a wealth of information.
Wealth of
for you to take advantage
from
of.
the Pickle Lady. All right, we're
Correct.
going to wrap up. If you guys have any questions, you'll find contact links and let us know, and we'll answer your questions.
Yes, happy to help you.
Yeah. Thank you, Pickle Lady.
You're welcome.
Talk to you guys later.
Nice chatting with you. Bye.
Bye.